I want to thank you all for coming. My name is Jesse Tipping. I'm the Athlete Institute President and President of the Brampton A's. I'll be your MC today. Again, just thank you so much for coming. We're very excited for being in Brampton, for announcing our team, for you coming to this event. I wanted to share with you a short history of the ownership group, the Athlete Institute. We've been in business now for 13 years, operating out of Orangeville, Ontario. We've been home to thousands of kids being able to come in our doors and play in our courts, inside our programs and our camps. And now we hope to bring that same tradition to Brampton and bring that same passion of what we have for basketball to Brampton. In the last 3 years, we've narrowed our focus and our vision towards building these athletes up through our strength conditioning and great skill development staff. We've partnered with Canada Basketball in some aspects, and we've created and run the best basketball prep school in the country. I want to introduce our special guest sitting at the table. On the far left is Andre Livingston, the owner of the Halifax Rainmen and the NBL League Commissioner. To my left, David Magley, our General Manager of the Brampton A's and our head coach. And to his left, team owner James Tipping. I'd also like to say a special thank you to our mayor of Brampton, our great city of Brampton, Susan Fennell, for coming and supporting us and our efforts to bring this team to Brampton. She's been instrumental in our process of making this happen. So I just want to say a special thank you, and we want to honor her by presenting her with our first Brampton A's team jersey and allowing her a couple minutes to speak. So please welcome our mayor, Susan Fennell.
Well, welcome to today's very, very special announcement, and thank you for this jersey. You know, basketball is the only sport I actually played in university, but not well. We did not make a career out of basketball. This is such an exciting day for Brampton. Imagine pro basketball here in our city offering this community tremendous sports entertainment, and for our young people, the opportunity to interact and have role models and develop and play hockey. People know about the Athletic Institute, a first-class organization. Thank you for choosing Brampton to bring the Brampton A's. Now, I was just speaking with the mayor of Summerside, and of course the Summerside team was just up here in London, and he said, goodness, Summerside was doing well all year, and they got to London, and then anyway, Summerside didn't win. I said, well, you're going to have more trouble next year, because let me tell you something, Mayor, you're going to have to take on the Brampton A's. So we've already got the rivalry going with several of these teams. I know there's a new team in Ottawa, but for Brampton, this is such a special opportunity. Basketball's a great game. I know that Suzanne Nurse is here from the Peel District School Board. We've already been speaking about the number of schools and students who will want to be aware of this. Eugene Wilson is here from the Mayor's Youth Team. He'll be talking to them at their meeting tonight about the Brampton A's and how they can be involved and build that. Regional Councillor John Sanderson, I introduced you to earlier, Chair of Community Services, he's here, and a very important gentleman just walked in the door. He's got a red tie on. His name is John Corbett, and he's the CAO at the City of Brampton. And when you first met with me, David, and you said, we need to know, we think Brampton's right, but we need to know that the mayor and the city think Brampton's right. And we were able to give you that enthusiasm. And I went to Mr. Corbett, our CAO, who is totally committed with council to being behind this team and everything that you need to be successful. You have our full commitment. Good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations and welcome to Brampton. Let's play some ball. Isn't that
Well, thank you again, Mayor. I would now like to just give you a brief history of why we chose the Brampton A's and our team logo. So our A, being in the Brampton A's, has been a focal point of our business the last 13 years. It has been a vision and a symbol of for our community to represent exactly who we are and the passion that we have. We want to bring that A to Brampton to show the same vision and the same passion for what we do as an ownership group. We've added the Canadian leaf and the basketball to tie in all aspects of what we intend to do by growing basketball in Brampton and then in turn growing basketball in Canada. We believe that this logo will be a household and family vision that they can share and relate to on everyday life. We hope that this logo is seen all over Brampton. Shirts are worn, hats are worn, and everything in between. We believe that being the A's, it'll bring such passion to Brampton that we know that we've had in Orangeville and in our business, but that passion, and again, will be brought to Brampton through this logo and our team. I'd now like to pass the mic to our general manager and head coach, Mr. David Magley.
Again, what a great turnout. Thank you all so much for coming. This is more than we expected. We had to add more seats. To see the city government come out behind it is really something that's thrilling to us. The press, when we met to talk about this, we said we might be fortunate if we have a couple people come out, and I think we've kind of gotten past that. So there's a pretty good enthusiasm for what we're doing. Again, as we talk, I just want to touch on a couple quick things. Brampton as a market was chosen specifically because of the diversity. And there's not many markets in the world quite like this place. When you look at all of the different cultures that are represented, all of the different ethnic and faith-based organizations in this community, we thought that's just a pretty cool place because basketball is an international sport. Basketball is played in every continent, in most countries. FIBA has grown at a record pace, and basketball is very, very popular. So we think, what a great place to be. Specifically, basketball in Brampton, there are more Canadians playing in the NBA than virtually any other country outside of the U.S. This year in the NCAA tournament, there were over 50 Canadians that played in the NCAA tournament. Many of those young men are coming out of the Brampton market. This is a hotbed for basketball, a groundswell that's picking up. So picking Brampton has made a lot of sense. And just to tie on what Jesse said, when we came and the mayor, when we met with the mayor, we wanted to make certain that she was in for this. I've never met anyone more passionate than her, period, about anything, but specifically about her town and bringing this to the community. That passion is contagious, and hopefully we can bring that with you. A couple other quick things. We believe the Athlete Institute that we have, there's just 30 minutes up the road, we are the best training facility in all of Canada. We house young men. We travel the world with these young men. We train them. Their vertical jump alone increased 4 inches this year, our average student. So we're really experts at what we do. We're basketball people that are in basketball business. Our goal is to take that international sport and the international flavor and tie that together with our basketball training and be able to come into this community and not just provide a great entertainment value, but come into this community and really support the community so that if somebody needs to raise funds, we want to be able to be there to help them through our organization. If they need somebody to speak to motivate, we want to be there. If somebody needs training, if somebody needs sport and 3-on-3 tournaments and all the things that come along with this wonderful sport that we're so passionate about, we want to bring to Brampton and really support that. last couple things, and I'm almost done, I promise. We're going to have, to that extent, a community board. And one of the things on the community boards, we're going to have people like Bender Singh and Jason Prasad that's out there. We want to be represented by many, many different cultures. And then we want you all to tell us, where do we advertise? How do we come into the market? What faith-based people could use our help? How do you introduce us to these markets? We want to be involved in this community, much more so than just saying, we've got a team that plays out there 20 nights a year. We want to be something that really impacts that and be a fiber that this community is part of, and we're excited about that. But the last thing I would say is that the vision of this young man that's sitting to my left, that he expressed to me from day one, was that we want to help people. We want to help young men get to play professional basketball. We'd like to help young Canadians become professional basketball players. And if they're better than our league, we want to help them play in the NBA. And we want to help young people that are high school kids that have to go to the States today to play prep school to be able to stay home and help them fulfill their dreams. And we want to help this community do the same thing. So we're driven as an organization to not just be a professional team in this town. We want to be much more. We want to be your partner. We want to be your family. We want to be a part of that. So thanks for coming out today.
Thank you, David. I would now like to introduce our team owner, James Tipping, to say a few words.
Thanks, Jess. I've got a list here of things I'm supposed to talk about, but Coach Magley went through 90% of it, so I don't have a lot left. What I do really want to do, though, is we've thanked the mayor enough, so we're going to let her sit there and be quiet. I need to want to thank everybody at the Powerade Center and their management company. They've really helped a lot and been so great to really work with us. And it's a new situation for them. They've got to look and see how to fit us strategically into their family. But they all have just been great. But I also do want to thank this man to my left and to another person from NBL here, Ian McCarthy, who's over here. I need to thank them because they planted the seed in me last August when our facility hosted the NBL Combine, which is essentially a training situation for and tryouts for young men who would like to make a team. They planted the seed then in their conversations, and it sort of ran with how I felt where we were at as an organization, that we were ready to go provincially, nationally, internationally, and how was the best way to do that. And I feel that this marriage between us, the NBL, and the city of Brampton is how we're going to do this. So like I said, Coach Magley took over most of my points, but that's the only one I got left to talk about. So I really do appreciate everybody coming out here and showing the support. It's overwhelming, really is. And I do want to apologize, as we've tried to do it one other time and it didn't work out. And that was probably much my fault. I couldn't get it all together for then. But look at, you guys are all here now, and this is our start. And thank you again.
I now want to introduce our league commissioner, Andre Livingston. Andre's been instrumental again in creating this NBL and bringing great quality basketball, professional level, to Canada. So now, Andre Livingston.
I want to say first, you're going to get me in a lot of trouble calling me the commissioner. As you know, we actually looking for, but you know, I serve as the president and CEO of the league. And first, I just really like to say, first, thank you to the mayor and her staff and the city of Brampton for giving us the opportunity to have professional basketball in Brampton. I'm really excited for this. You're going to have an instant rivalry right out of the gate with the city of Mississauga, and their owner is sitting here. But when my partner and Ian McCarthy and I made the decision that we felt that we had everything that we needed in Canada to have our own professional basketball league, Now, mind you, out of the 30 largest countries in the world, Canada was the only country that did not have its own professional basketball league. And with the talent that's coming out of this country and is looking to come out of this country over the years, we asked ourselves, why not? You know, when we made the decision that this is what we wanted to do, the timing was right. Brampton was one of the places that we looked to first. You know, I actually lived in Mississauga for a lot of years, and we would often come to Brampton to play basketball. So we know that there's a passion and a love for the game of basketball in this city. I have no doubt with this ownership group that sits here in front of you and the impact that they're going to make in the lives of young men and women in the communities, in the schools, they would do a phenomenal job here, and I'm sure that they would make you extremely proud. The National Basketball League is only going to grow. We're in year 2. We're doing better numbers in year 2 than the NBL's Development League have done in over 15 years. And that just says that we know that we have something extremely special here in this country. It's not about how much money we can make, and we do know that this is a business, but this is about inspiring and hope. And we're looking to take these young men and women and give them an opportunity to dream about something that they never could dream about before. You know, you can definitely dream about hockey in this country, but basketball was just something that was left off the table that for whatever reason, people thought wasn't important enough to put it on the big stage. And the type of ownership partners and groups that we're bringing to be a part of this league, like this group before you, I guarantee you in years to come, people will be talking about the National Basketball League and what they've done for not just our kids, but for our communities to help uplift our kids. So thank you very much for supporting our league and for supporting this group. And we look forward to playing basketball very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Again, I want to thank you guys all so much for coming. Anybody you see with a polo or a t-shirt on with our logo on, feel free to stop them and ask them any questions. Those are members of our staff of the Athlete Institute, so they're more than happy to answer any questions for you or find someone that you do want to talk to. But if you see someone in our polos, feel free to stop them. We don't think that there's a city in Canada or even North America as basketball passionate as Brampton right now. And that's really what's fueling our desire to bring it to Brampton. It's not us as a basketball ownership, it's Brampton as a basketball city. And I think that's what's going to create such great success for us and in turn Brampton. So again, thank you all for coming. We'll all be around to answer any questions. There's food and drink for anyone who wants to stick around, and we'll be here for any questions or anything you need to know. So now we want to advert your attention to the TV up top where we're showing the NBL video, promotional video from this past year.
Competition and had much to be excited about this year as they were selected to be the host city for the National Basketball League All-Star Weekend. The City of St. John put together a great All-Star Weekend celebration. How about the planning leading up to this?
I mean, it was a lot of hard work. I mean, this is our first time doing this, but, you know, we had some pointers from Halifax who did it last year. We just got together with our team, and they basically made me look good because I just gave them some ideas and they ran with it, so we're happy so far. People here are excited about the NBL Canada. Even though they're Millrats fans, they are excited to meet the All-Stars from other teams, and we saw that yesterday. I thought we had an incredible crowd day one. Even when me and you were playing, they came out to see us play.
There was a weekend dedicated to fans to celebrate a great season, and they were entertained all weekend long with familiar events such as the Legends Game, three-point shooting competition, and the ever-popular Slam Dunk contest. The end of the season awards were handed out during the All-Star Breakfast, and the weekend was capped off with the All-Star Game, which featured exciting plays for the league's top athletes. Overall, year number 2 was a thrilling one for the NBLC, from the summer draft combine. I'm being on time for NBL Canada Live. That's how we ball in the NBLC. Later.
So again, we'll all be around to answer any questions. And again, thank you all so much for coming out and supporting us and supporting the city of Brampton in our great endeavor. Does anyone have any questions right now? Or? So many hands are going up all at once. It's pretty easy. It's hands down. I think the mayor knows the answer to that one. Yeah. She's already got the fix in. It's okay. Yeah.
So now that we've had the press conference, we've announced the team officially. What's the first step?
Holidays.
First step is to put all of the rest of our staffing together, so that we can make sure that we hit Brampton and all its surrounding areas with the right information and the right way that they can get involved in the ways that we're going to get involved. So we're finishing up hiring our pieces, whether it be marketing or advertising, so that as the summer goes along, we're very visible and we're very on the streets of Brampton, getting everyone aware that the season's coming up and it's coming up soon. And we've already created our trophy for the champs next year, so I'm pretty sure we're good to go. Yeah. Season starts November 1st. Schedule hasn't been announced or set yet for the next season, but that's the beginning date for the 2013-2014 season. That's a great question. We'll be having tryouts both in Orangeville and in Brampton. Throughout the summer, we're looking at having 3 to 4 tryouts this summer. One will be Brampton-based, so we're looking at Brampton players, people who have played in Brampton or playing in Brampton right now, to really give Brampton players enough eyes that they get enough chance to possibly make the team. We really want to make sure that this impacts Canadian players as a Canadian league, there's standards on how many Canadian players are on each team, and we want to make sure that we're getting our best Canadians to stay home, and we want those Canadian players to play for us. Yes.
What are your goals for the first season?
Our goals for the first season are obviously be very competitive, to get a great fan base in Brampton, to get a great community support, I think Coach Magley might have a couple more goals because he's putting a lot of the management side together.
My first goal is to never step on the part he's supposed to talk to again. That's something I just got to learn somehow. I think exposure is important to us. I think that we'll consider this first season a success. We want to put a great product on there, but we want to put a great show as well. We want to have it an event when you come out and play. We want to have, if we put the floor down for 3-day nights and we play 2 of those nights, we want to have all-day events in the Powerade Center. We want to have, assuming that we want to be able to have first thing in the morning, clinics, tournaments, camps, so that we're really getting involved in the community, and then we'd like to see teams play before, local teams play before our games, and then in the evening will be the key matchup of the night. So we hope that when you get done, you're going to look at this event and you're going to go, this is a cool place to be. They really enjoy that. A fun brand of basketball. We want to be involved in the community, and that's how we look at it. I don't think we've put a pen to paper to come up with numbers of we need this much of attendance to be considered a success, or these wins to be considered a success. We believe if we do it right, we're going to have those things. We're going to have the bums in the seats, as somebody once said, and we're going to have the success on the floor as well. So we want to do it the right way and build something that can stand a test of time. We're not here as an experiment. We're here for the long haul, so we're coming in to impact this community the right way.
These are all young men that are out of university, probably, let's say, roughly between the ages of, give or take, 22 to 35. Some of them are fresh out of university looking to play pro for the first time. Some have been playing in the NBL or other leagues around the world. These are young professional men playing. Yeah.
Women not play this game? Well, keep mentioning men. Is it not? Did females not play that? I don't know.
The mayor did.
Yeah, the mayor did. Yeah.
Presently, this is a all-men's league. If a woman made a team,
Well, I might give it a try. Just hold that thought.
you got the jersey, yeah.
They don't fit in that 22 to 35 age range. Otherwise,
That's a great question. I think we want to be clear, as we come to your community, we want to have things for women as well. We want to help young girls fall in love with the game. We want to help young girls train. I mean, we absolutely can participate with both genders and help them grow as athletes as well. We obviously are a male league, but our facility is designed to help, and our passion is designed to help all young people get to the point they're trying to get to. Even from the standpoint of the men that will play for us, we look at an opportunity to teach young men how, if they want to become coaches, because we have an ability to coach, we can show them more to coach. We have people that want to become personal trainers and physical trainers. We have the facilities to help them become certified physical therapist trainers that know how to do strength and conditioning. So there's value-added pieces, as James' passion is and his vision is to be able to help people fulfill their dreams. So many people get done with basketball and they're done. And then they look around and what's my life? What do we have left? Well, we're hoping that when our guys get done playing here and the guys that press in to the community, they can go, I see a future. I can go coach, I can go be a trainer, I can go be in business, I can do all these different things. So we're hoping we're, to our young men that play for us, much more than just a home for 6 months a year to play basketball.
Do you have a floor yet?
Do you have one? We don't have a floor, but we have a floor. We are just now looking at all the logistics and how to manage the floor appropriately and not wanting to take it on too soon. It is a floor that will be equal to any professional league, including the Raptors, what they might play on. But if you have one, you can come talk to us.
You mentioned community involvement. In regards to the community involvement and corporate social responsibility, the city of Brampton has unveiled the Brampton Beast recently, which is their new professional hockey franchise. Is there any intentions or discussions surrounding a collaborative approach towards that corporate community social responsibility?
I think it's a great question. We're so new, and they're so new. We've already met with them. We're going to have a relationship with them. How that fleshes out, how we work together, we're not really clear yet. But absolutely, we want to maximize these opportunities as we all go out and market to the same area. Well, I'll tell you what. One more question.
You mentioned a few times about relationship with school, which I find very exciting. Wondering if you have a vision as to what you would like that relationship to be.
You know, I think traditionally a professional sports franchise, when they have a relationship with schools, that means we come in and we speak at the schools and we're available to come in and communicate and be visible. Again, because of the uniqueness of our facility and our staff, our professional staff 30 minutes away, we see that taking on a whole nother level, and that's something we need to communicate with you all with. You will give us how we can help you best, and we just want to make ourselves available. Because listen, as Andre said, this is still a business, and we think if we do the business the right way for the right reasons, we'll all ultimately win. So, you know, as you request involvement and you say, I need somebody to be at this event, or I sure think it'd be cool if we could do this for this school program, or speak to these groups, I think we're open to everything and all things. We just have to fit it into our staff and see how we can make it work.
We kind of already mentioned some of the things we've talked about in our staff for when we have the floor available during the days before games. I personally would like to see, you know, if there's somebody inside of the schools that can work with us, because I'd like to look at scheduling and whatnot, and even have, say, local high school game played on a Saturday afternoon on our floor rather than in a local gym, and even set up some opportunities where these things can be all scheduled in so that the different schools have opportunities to come through and experience what it's like to be there and have their parents in a big atmosphere or whatever. So here again, these are only ideas we have that we would like to see if we could push forward, but if there's people in the community that are already active in those areas that can feed back to us and help us put it together, then we're all ears.
Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you all. Is there one other question?
One more quick question.
Go ahead.
You mentioned as part of the vision, preparing and developing young men for the next level of success. In the event there are candidates that are identified for that next level, is there a formal working relationship that has already been established with the NBA? And if yes, what does that look like? And if no, how does that work in terms of that relationship?
We've had some discussions with NBA Canada, and we are in the process of putting together a structure where we can kind of help each other grow the sport in the country. Directly, it's not like we're a feeder system to the NBA, but we did have a kid this year, Josiah Turner, who has put himself into the NBA draft, had a phenomenal year in our league, was one of the top 1-2 best point guards in the country, coming out of high school, went to Arizona, and subsequently ended up playing in our league. So at the end of the day, our goal is the same, which is to grow and promote the game of basketball in the country. But we are now just in the process of just trying to see exactly what that will look like. Okay.
You were here for a reason.
That's great. Thanks for having me.
I'm here with the Mayor of Brampton, Susan Fennell. Thank you for joining me. Start off, what a great press conference. You talked a lot about what it means to the city of Brampton. If you could just elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, we couldn't be more pleased today. It's standing room only as we announced the Brampton A's pro basketball team here, right here in the city of Brampton. The growth of the National Basketball League in Brampton will be part of that geography, right? The rivalry between other Canadian towns and cities. It's just going to be great. And the best words I heard today was when the coach said, Brampton is a hotbed for basketball. We sure are. We have a very active and dynamic Brampton Minor Basketball Association. We have the city has invested in adding basketball gymnasiums to our most recent recreation center because of the exponential growth in people playing basketball. So this is going to be great entertainment, a great place for young people that want to see their role models and find that pathway to the NBA. Great entertainment. There's all the special moves in basketball. You're going to see them right here every other weekend, all winter long at the Powerade Center. I would say to fans, young people, when it comes to the weekend, come on down to the Powerade Center. Brampton Transit goes right to the door, and enjoy some of the finest sports entertainment, pro basketball.
I can already sense your excitement now. I do have to ask you.
See my jersey?
Number one, of course.
There.
Now, needless to say, there was a hockey team, an OHL hockey team, the Brampton Battalion here for 15 years.
Yes.
Faced a lot of critics, of course. They had success on the ice, but with their departure, not so much success in the fans. There was a lot of criticism towards why they couldn't bring fans in, wasn't the right place. Why is this going to be different for this team, and how are you going to face the music from those critics, because everyone's going to have an opinion?
Well, first of all, you set your critics aside, because when you focus on success, you don't focus on your critics. You focus on where you're going. And basketball is a growing sport. Basketball is a growing sport in Brampton. It's a growing pro sport in Canada, and Brampton will be part of that picture. This team is already here talking about building on the diversity and the strength of the young people in the city of Brampton, and that will be a win. Yes, we have a new hockey team just announced days ago, and they have another approach. Again, this is pro hockey. This team is pro basketball. And you know, we were very fortunate in Brampton to be part of the OHL community. The OHL, Ontario Hockey League community, is a great sports community, young people moving up to the NHL. And this city embraced the OHL as much as they could. And we were blessed with one of the best owners in the OHL, 15 years, same owner, and they decided to take their product to a different marketplace, and that's fine. But what happened right behind it is people said this is a hotbed for basketball, and this is the hockey town for the first Central Hockey League expansion. So I see the future is bright for sports entertainment here in Brampton, and we have a great center. It's ideally situated. It's accessible by transit. And we're going to work with these teams. The city is going to work with these teams as much as we work with the OHL. We have the Adopt a School program, trying to get the word out when they're playing and how we reach all communities and all young people. And starting off today with so much excitement, I just feel very positive.
So why now? Of course, this league is only entering its third season, but why now was it so key for that basketball team to come to Brampton?
Well, I just think it's there's a reason things happen. So here we are, September of 2013, and you're going to see the beginning of a pro hockey team and a pro basketball team, all of that part of the Powerade Center, pro sports in Brampton. It becomes part of the what do you do on the weekends in Brampton. You come to the Powerade Center, and there's pro teams here. And these teams, when you're talking about a pro team, you're talking about adults that could come to your events after. They can drive over to your event. They're adults with their own homes, own families, playing their pro sport here in town, so very much become part of the community. I know many people said to me, I was such a fan of a Brampton Battalion player, but as you know, that's a junior league, so they would move on. So it's interesting. A lot of people said, can you try to bring some of those Battalion players home, because this is the next step. Similarly, you're hearing about Canadians playing pro basketball, but they don't have the ability to play on the Canadian teams. Now we do. Here's the league 3 years old. I mean, I was the founding commissioner of the National Women's Hockey League back in '98, and that league has grown today. It's evolved into the Canadian Women's Hockey League, the CWHL, and they're having great response. They're playing in more and more towns, and most important, the people who come out are having fun. They're supporting the athletes. In the case of women's hockey, young girls are seeing their role models, and in their role models, we go and win Olympic gold medals. So sports is important to the fabric of a community. Brampton is a sports town. We have a long history with Excelsior's lacrosse. They play here. We have a long history with hockey, the Brampton Youth Hockey, now the Brampton 45s. Now we're going to be introducing Brampton Pro Basketball. I mean, it just makes sense. It's all part of the synergy of what a good city has going for it. So I couldn't be more proud as mayor to say, when a lot of people said, well, you know, this facility will go dark. Hardly. I didn't get disappointed. I got busy. And I put the word out for a hockey team, was able to meet with David and bring a basketball team, and I'm very proud to see this outcome today.
Well, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate your input and best of luck this season.
Thank you. I hope you come back.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Here with head coach of the Brampton A's and general manager, of course, David Magley. Thanks for joining me. I definitely want to start off with a key point you made during that press conference, diversity. That is one of the main things that makes Brampton as unique as it is, and you really focused on that and the importance of what it means to the city.
Yeah, well, we think the beauty of it is it's not just a blended melting pot. They've all maintained their own identity. So if we can fit into each of their identity, I think we're going to help everybody. We want to come to them in their masjid, in their mosque, in their temple, in their synagogue, in their church, and then we want to go into their community centers and really be a part of that. We think if we do that the right way, we're going to really have an impact.
Well, another key points you made was the community involvement. The more knowledgeable people are of this team and the league, the more they're going to want to get involved.
Absolutely. From a business model, it makes sense to be very active in the community because then people want to be here. When I played in the NBA, there was a team in Kansas City that later moved to Sacramento, and they drew less than the indoor soccer team because the indoor soccer team went to everything. They went to first communions, they went to bar mitzvahs. If it was done, they were going there. And the basketball players did their game and they went in the hills. They lost the marketing dollar because they wouldn't participate. We want to be overkill. We want to be, you turn around, you look up and go, there's that funny looking coach again, and he's a part of doing something.
So what's the main thing, the main skill or even value you want to instill in your players this season, especially for a new team?
Well, I think from the basketball ways, we're going to run and we're going to have a lot of fun. So they got to be able to run athletically. But more than that, they got to be able to carry themselves in the community. Because we can't talk about being in the community and then you go out and you've got issues in bars and issues with women. And we're not going to have any of that. Not that guys won't make mistakes, but our guys, we want people that when I say I'm sending someone there, they're going to be the right guy and they're going to be a good role model.
Do you think that's one of the main values of a newer and a little bit smaller league? You guys, even being here, you were so grateful to see the turnout here. And again, this all goes back to the community, the importance of that for you. And again, being a smaller team, a new developing team, you're not taking anything for granted.
Well, I would hope nobody would. I think it's a good business practice to always appreciate your customers and your fan base. And I think that if we do it the right way, it's going to work out. I know the Raptors have done a wonderful job with that, and that's why they've had great success even when their team always hasn't won. You can get through a lot of things, the rough spots, if you treat the community the right way, and we recognize that.
And as you said, you're here for the long haul. This isn't a joke to you. This isn't a game. You're taking it very seriously.
Yes, ma'am. It's a heavy investment, and we're going to do it the right way. And we're not trying to get a return by the franchise getting expensive and we sell it. We want to be in Brampton for a long, long time. And someday my guy who's going to coach after me is going to have a lot of fun because we've built something that's really cool.
And finally, what do you want people to think when they hear the name, the Brampton A's?
Caring, quality, great entertainment value.
All right, well, thank you very much and best of luck this season.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm here with owner and CEO of the Brampton A's, James Tipping. Thanks for joining me. I want to get started on how this all came together in the first place, who contacted who first, because of course this league is only a couple seasons old. Right. But when you first decided Brampton needs a basketball team, we're going to make this happen.
Well, it wasn't who came to who. It was kind of us hosting their tryouts last summer and them talking to me then saying, hey, you guys do such a great job with basketball, why don't you have your own team? That was the seed that got planted at that time. And so since then, We've been looking and thinking and where would we want it. We looked at a number of communities, and all of them were positive. However, Brampton just jumped out at us hard, and the more we looked into Brampton, the more Brampton was where we wanted to make our home.
Something you guys really pointed out in the press conference was the development of players. You want to help them grow and you want to see them succeed. That is a successful team to you, an organization.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we are right now is like, young kids becoming high school kids becoming college players, college players becoming pros. And it doesn't just have to be the players as well. It can be assistant coaches growing with us to become coaches, trainers becoming better trainers, and wherever their passions and their bents may be, working with us and giving them opportunities so that they can, work down their own dreams and see them come be fulfilled.
You guys do have perhaps maybe a little bit of pressure on your shoulders, an arena to fill, a former OHL team. You now have a professional team coming in here as well. Do you feel that pressure?
No. I hope that the new hockey club does really well. And obviously it's Canada Hockey's hockey. We are just going to focus on ourselves, and we're just going to put forth the product that we want out there. And we are fully confident that we're going to be received because already we have members of the community coming up to our facility outside of Orangeville just to see what we do and be with us, and they're coming over and over again. So we're not, like I say, we're not concerned about the hockey. We want them to do well. We truly want the excitement in the Powerade Center to be great, and so we're just going to do what we do.
You guys had talked about the importance of community, reaching out to some of the high schools and having the high school teams play in your arena as well. Just talk about the importance of that and why you want that to be your main focus. Community is very important in Brampton.
Well, community is a family, and family is really important to me. So this is our extended family now in the city of Brampton, and I mean, how cool would it be to be in high school and be able to play on a NBA-style court in a big arena for one of your games and having your family and friends all out there for you. So, with that and holding small clinics and working with all the organizations in Brampton to have people, this is really what we want. We want the give and take. We want the give and take inside the community to be there as an extended family of who we are and what we're already doing.
And finally, I asked this of Coach Magley as well. What do you want people to think when they hear the name Brampton A's?
What do I want them to think? Excitement. Yeah, excitement is what I want them to think.
Great answer. Well, thank you very much and good luck this season.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Standing by now with League President Andre Livingston. Thanks for joining me. I can sense the excitement, even just waiting, the people around you, how excited you are to get this underway in Brampton.
Absolutely. We've been trying to have a professional team here for some time now, and I couldn't think of a better market. This is going to be an unbelievable place to see professional basketball, and I can't wait for the fans to see the product that's coming to town.
Well, you said you can't see a better market. Why is that? What is it about Brampton that will make it such a big deal and so exciting to you?
Well, if you're looking at all the elite players that's coming out of the country, the majority of them are coming from Brampton. And so I think right now with having professional basketball here, it's just going to highlight even more.
That leads right into my next point. Of course, a lot of people with some sports, maybe as far as fans go, a little bit more unsuccessful here. And it's not necessarily the case. It's just there's a lot of ignorance out there, people not aware of how much talent comes out of this city.
Absolutely. I think in the years to come it'll be better, but basketball right now it's been on the shelf for so many years here, and hockey kind of has been at the forefront. But once they get an opportunity to come and see the level of play that'll be with this professional basketball team, it will shine a light on the grassroots level for the younger kids. So it's just a matter of time before people see how much talent comes from this country.
So with all that talent, why do you think it has been on the shelf for so long?
It's just the country. When you say Canada, you say hockey. And people have spent a lot of money to make sure that that's on the forefront of people's mind. And right now, having its first ever professional basketball league, it's starting to get some traction. Right now, basketball is in terms of numbers, is the fastest growing sport in the country, and it will continue to do that for years to come. So, and kids at all ages can now play the sport. So it's just going to get better and better here, and the recognition that from the game of basketball just will definitely be on the front of people's mind.
And once again, it's sharing that knowledge, that information that a lot of people don't know. Another key point you made in the press conference was it's not about money, it's about inspiring.
Absolutely. I'm one of those kids who was inspired by the game of basketball coming from the city of Detroit, and where there's problems around every corner. And basketball was something that kept me focused and disciplined coming up. So I know what the game of basketball could do for kids, and especially inner city kids. And so I'm just so excited about having professional basketball in this country. I know what it's going to do for not only men, but for women as well. And we do have a plan to make sure that it's extremely successful.
Well, you have female Mayor Susan Fennell. I'm a female standing here. Of course, you know what I'm going to ask next. Women, we have to inspire them too. What's taking so long?
Well, but I think they are, because, the numbers, when I say the basketball numbers are rising, it's not just for males, it's for females as well. So I guarantee you that with this ownership group, they're going to do a phenomenal job to make sure that no one's left out.
We had an opportunity to see a recap of season 1 and 2. What can we expect from season 3?
Hopefully the Halifax Rainmen in the finals, actually. But no, we're going to do more of the same, but just do it better. We'll have more teams in the league this coming year. The players, I guarantee you, the talent level will even be better than last year. And it's just going to be an exciting time. We know we have an amazing product. And so as many cities as we can bring this product to, the better.
And finally, you guys talked about the importance of exposure and getting involved in the community. What's that next step for you to expose this team to people, whether it's in forms of media or getting involved in the community?
Well, I'm not sure what their plan is, but they do a very good job right now with some of the other business ventures that they have. But I can guarantee you that you will see the players in schools talking to kids. They'll be doing free basketball camps. They'll be everywhere. So Brampton, here they come.
All right, well, thank you very much. Best of luck. We look forward to seeing you around.
Thank you very much.
From the Powerade Centre in Brampton, Ontario, that'll wrap things up here at the official Brampton A's press conference. Tip-off is November 1st. Check us out here then. For JVI Video Productions, I'm Laura Barney.